সাউন্ডটা দেখে নি চলছে কিনা ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে।
Pharmacy Council of India, Central Council, a statutory body under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare.
ওটা প্রদীপ ওখান থেকে অডিও নিয়ে দিচ্ছে এখানে তো অডিও আসছে আমাদের এখানে অডিও আসছে ওখানে অডিও আসছে রাস্তা করে কিন্তু সাইড ঠিক আছে
এখানে কে বসছে রে?
বাপুন
বাপনকে ডাকেন, ভালো কিনা বল।
Pharmacy Council of India, Central.
একটা করে শিফট করে বসে এটা আমার জন্য ফাঁকা
এটাই তো আগে টেস্ট করতে
স্টুডেন্টগুলো চলে এসেছে, ওদেরকে বললাম যে পার্টিতে রেজিস্ট্রেশনটা করি, না ওটা ঢুকবেন না রেজিস্ট্রেশন ওটা দিয়ে হয়ে যাবেন।
A statutory body under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, constituted under Section 3 of Pharmacy Act 1948, which prescribes minimum standards. Pharmacy Council.
এটা দেখ ঠিক আছে, এখানে বস না 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 আরো এটা কারণ গাড়ি হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ সিম্পল
Pharmacy Council of India.
Very good morning to all in our India. Thank you so much to everyone for joining us here in the National Pharmacy Education Day, Pharma Anveshan 2025, jointly organized by Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, JIS Institute of Pharmacy, Kolkata, and Dr. Sujit Chandra Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology. We are extremely thankful to Pharmacy Council of India for sponsoring today's program. We are extremely thankful and we are grateful for PCI, Pharmacy Council of India, to be with us in this celebration. Pharmacy Council of India is the statutory body governing pharmacy education and practice in India. It was established in 1948 under the Pharmacy Act 1948 to regulate the profession and ensure high standard in pharmacy education and practice across the country. Now, we are having a small video to be played. I request the volunteers.
Pharmacy Council of India, Central Council, a statutory body under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, constituted under Section 3 of Pharmacy Act 1948, which prescribes minimum standards of pharmacy education and approves courses of study and examinations for pharmacists. The first Pharmacy Council of India was constituted by central government in 1949. Under the provision of the Pharmacy Amendment Act 1976, the Pharmacy Council of India is required to maintain a register containing names of all persons registered as pharmacists in different states. Pharmacy Council of India has been instrumental in shaping pharmacy education to the newer heights through implementing unified scheme syllabus across nation and implementing various initiatives to strengthen clinical pharmacy and protect public health. As a regulator and facilitator, PCI plays a crucial role in ensuring pharmacists are well trained, ethical, and equipped to provide high quality manufacturing of medicine for healthcare and patient counseling. PCI sets national standards for pharmacy programs, ensuring institutions provide top-tier education aligned with global practices. Through rigorous inspections, PCI ensures that only well-equipped institutions receive approval, maintaining the highest quality of pharmacy education. PCI registers pharmacists, ensuring only qualified professionals can dispense and counsel on medicines, upholding patient safety and ethical standards. PCI encourages pharmaceutical research and collaborations, leading to advancements in drug development and healthcare solutions. Key achievements 2022 to 2025. Education is the foundation of a strong profession. PCI has revamped the B-Pharma curriculum, aligning it with the National Education Policy NEP 2020 to integrate skill-based learning and real-world experience. PCI has introduced an exit examination for D-Pharma pass-out students. This exam guarantees that pharmacists entering the profession are competent and ready to serve. PCI continues GPAT Pradhan Mantri Scholarship for Pharmacy Postgraduate Studies, for which allocated budget is 300 crores. PCI has signed the MOU for reducing the gap between industry and academia with IPA, NAPO, LSSSDC, QCI. The Pharmacy Council of India is spearheading a digital transformation by integrating cutting-edge IT initiatives into its vision. Through technology, PCI aims to enhance efficiency, transparency, and accessibility across its various functions. These key IT initiatives align seamlessly with PCI's mission to strengthen the pharmacy sector in India. The PCI official website serves as a comprehensive hub for all updates related to the pharmacy sector. It provides easy access to policy, circulars, announcements, regulations, and details of approved pharmacy colleges, ensuring stakeholders stay informed. To uphold high standards in pharmacy education, PCI has introduced a standard inspection. This module facilitates institutions in launching new courses while ensuring periodic monitoring and transparent assessments. PRJIS is a revolutionary initiative that simplifies pharmacist registration while offering additional services such as faculty applications, job seeker assistance, and access to essential resources, ensuring seamless career support. The PCI Faculty Portal fosters transparency in faculty registrations across pharmacy institutions. Key benefits include central registration number. Each faculty member receives a unique identifier, maintaining a centralized database of qualified educators. Smart card with QR code. Faculty members are issued a smart card with a QR code for credential verification and identity authentication. The PCI student portal ensures a streamlined and transparent registration process for pharmacy students. Notable benefits include transparent registration, prevents institutions from admitting students beyond the approved intake. Prevention of backdated admissions. Ensures students are enrolled and awarded degrees only after completing the required coursework and training. Smart card with QR code provides identity verification and credential authentication. Unique identification number helps maintain a centralized student database, preventing duplication of records. PCI has launched a national job portal to empower aspiring pharmacists with diverse employment opportunities. This platform fulfills Professor Shroff's vision by bridging the gap between recruiters, including institutions, hospitals, industries, and medical device companies, and job seekers. PCI is facilitating collaborative discussions with state pharmacy councils to introduce a single window registration system for pharmacists, ensuring a streamlined and efficient process. With Aadhaar-based authentication, PCI has enhanced transparency in faculty registrations, pharmacist licensing, and teaching practices across pharmacy institutions. PCI has developed an online grievance redressal portal to address concerns from teachers, students, and stakeholders, ensuring a structured and transparent resolution process. Since its inception, PCI has undertaken the monumental task of digitizing its records up to 2025. Over 1 crore pages have already been scanned and securely stored on cloud platforms, preserving crucial historical data. In January 2025, PCI became a fully paperless organization by implementing e-office, enhancing transparency, and ensuring smooth administrative operations. PCI is equipping pharmacy institutions with smart classrooms featuring an advanced content management system. This initiative will provide students access to high-quality online lectures conducted by renowned professors, revolutionizing pharmacy education. PCI has engaged in bilateral agreements with countries like Australia, Canada, and the UK, opening doors for Indian pharmacists to practice globally. From urban hospitals to rural healthcare centers, pharmacists are playing an ever-growing role in improving public health. Through PCI's initiatives, pharmacists are now more equipped than ever to ensure patients receive safe and effective medication, educate communities on proper medicine usage and drug interactions, collaborate with doctors to provide holistic healthcare solutions. In a major move, Council suggests task shifting for clinical pharmacists, collaborating with the Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission (IPC) to establish pharmacovigilance centers and monitor medication safety. The Pharmacy Council of India has instituted a remarkable tribute to the father of pharmacy education in India, Professor M.L. Shroff, by declaring his birth anniversary, March 6th, as the National Pharmacy Education Day. This momentous occasion is commemorated through a nationwide Pharma Anveshan program, which aims to promote patent and research work in the pharmacy field, bridging the gap between academia and industry. The council launches extramural schemes for faculty and pharmacists. The council has launched the Skill Development Center for Pharmacists to address skill gaps and ensure a highly skilled workforce. The course focuses on honing the practical skills required in the pharmaceutical industry. The budget amounting to rupees 75 crore is allocated, that is rupees 2.5 crore per center, one center in each state. PCI collabs with Primary Agriculture Credit Society under Ministry of Cooperation, Government of India for opening of Jan Aushadhi Kendras. This collaborative approach between the PCI, PMBI and other government bodies reflects a shared commitment to improving healthcare accessibility and ensuring the well-being of citizens throughout the country, even in the remotest rural areas, and PCI provided more than 5,000 pharmacists. Government has ambitious plans to open 25,000 JIS in India, and hence there will be a regular demand of registered pharmacists both in urban as well as rural areas. This step shall increase the number of registered pharmacists nationwide, specifically in rural areas, and may also increase the participation of young entrepreneurs for implementation of this flagship scheme, PMBJP, where young pharmacists may have the option of choosing their career with PMBJP by opening of Jan Aushadhi Kendras with the theme of Seva Bhi Rozgar Bhi. Amendment in Section 26A, 41, 42, and 43 of Pharmacy Act 1948. The Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Act 2023. The Jan Vishwas Amendment of Provisions Act 2023, published on August 11, 2023, introduced amendments to existing provisions related to the Jan Vishwas Bill. To prevent the unethical practice by the pharmacists and the pharmacist store owners, bill was passed by the government imposing high fine up to 2 lakhs or 3 months imprisonment. By this amendment, there was a revolution in the field of practice of the pharmacist in pharmacy store. National Health Authority under the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission or ABTM to integrate pharmacists into the Healthcare Professional Registry (HPR). This landmark collaboration marks a significant step towards digitizing the pharmacy profession in India. By taking the time to explain these crucial points clearly and concisely, pharmacists empower patients to become active participants in their healthcare journey, leading to safer and more effective medication use. Therefore, the Pharmacy Council of India has joined hands with the Translational Health Science and Technology Institute, THSTI, and the World Health Organization, WHO, to launch a groundbreaking online course on the rational use of drugs, RUD, for registered pharmacists. The Pharmacy Council of India is all set to get a new edifice at the World Trade Center in Naurochhagar, New Delhi. Stone was laid on 1st of December 2023 by the esteemed President of the PCI, Dr. Montu Kumar M. Patel. The new building will provide a more modern and efficient workspace for the council staff, enabling them to serve the pharmacy profession and the public better. It is expected to serve as a hub for innovation, collaboration, and progress within the pharmacy sector for years to come. All the process like purchase of office premises, interior and designing work, etc. was completed in such a short span of time by the esteemed President of the PCI. The Pharmacy Council of India celebrates World Pharmacist Day on 25th September and National Pharmacy Week on 3rd week of November to recognize the important role pharmacists play in healthcare to improve public awareness of their contributions. The PCI has also undertaken the following initiatives for implementation of PCI regulations on minimum qualifications for appointment of teachers in pharmacy pharmacy institutions, pay scales and other service conditions for the maintenance of standards of pharmacy education in 2024. Reservation for admission of children of defense personnel in pharmacy colleges. The journey of pharmacy in India is evolving, and the Pharmacy Council of India is at the helm of this transformation. By fostering innovation, maintaining high educational standards, and ensuring ethical practices, PCI continues to shape a future where pharmacists are the pillars of our healthier society. कमये दुखद तप्ता नाम प्राणी नामान विनाशनम का मतलब है हे प्रभु, मुझे राज्य की कामना नहीं, स्वर्ग सुख की चाह नहीं और मुक्ति की भी इच्छा नहीं। एकमात्र इच्छा यही है कि दुख से संतप्त प्राणियों का कष्ट समाप्त हो जाए। एकमात्र इच्छा यही है कि दुख से संतप्त प्राणियों का कष्ट समाप्त हो जाए।
Honorable Vice Chancellor, distinguished guests, esteemed faculties and students. A very good morning to you all. I'm Dr. Prita Bose, Faculty of Pharmacy, JIS University. We welcome you on the significant occasion of National Pharmacy Education Day. Today, we come together not only to celebrate the rich legacy and advancements in pharmacy education, but also to reflect on the future of the profession. We are gathered here for Pharma Anveshan 2025, organized by Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, jointly with JIS Institute of Pharmacy, Kolani, and Dr. Sudhir Chandrashur, Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology. This year's theme of Pharma Anveshan 2025 is Entrepreneurship and Startups in Pharma and Pharmacy Practice, encouraging innovation, incubation centers, and pharmaceutical startups. We are proud to announce that Pharma Anveshan 2025 is sponsored by Pharmacy Council of India.
I, Dr. Sakshar Shah, Assistant Professor from the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, would like to take the opportunity wholeheartedly welcome you all in the National Pharmacy Education Day, Pharma Anveshan 2025, sponsored by Pharmacy Council of India. This day is celebrated for the birthday of Mahadev Lal Shroff, considered as father of pharmacy education in India. As we stand at the crossroad of tradition and innovation, we acknowledge the vital role that pharmacy education plays in shaping the future of healthcare. Pharmacy has evolved from being a profession focused solely on dispensing medication to one that is actively involved in patient care, clinical research, and health innovation. This transition has been made possible by the dedication and hard work of the educators, researchers, professionals in the pharmaceutical industry. This year's theme emphasizes the importance of entrepreneurship and startups within the pharmaceutical sector. As the global healthcare landscape continues to change very rapidly, the pharmaceutical industry has recognized the need for the innovative solution to tackle the pressing challenges we are facing as of now. It is more important than ever to foster a spirit entrepreneurship in pharmacy education, empowering the students and professionals to explore new ventures for growth, technological advancement, and most importantly, patient care.
The theme encourages innovation by highlighting the role of incubation centers and pharmaceutical startups in driving progress. These platforms offer a space for creative minds to transform their ideas into actionable solutions that can potentially revolutionize the healthcare industry. Pharmacy students and professionals must harness these opportunities, cultivating their skills not only in medicine but also in entrepreneurship, management, and leadership. With the right support systems in place, such as mentorship, funding, and collaboration, we can ensure that the next generation of pharmacy leaders is equipped with the tools to thrive in an ever-evolving healthcare environment.
On this day, we also celebrate the remarkable achievement of the students, faculty, and industry leaders who continue to inspire us through their commitment to the excellence. Together, we can create a future where pharmacy practice is not only rooted in knowledge, but also propelled by forward-thinking solutions that improve global health outcomes.
To begin our program, I would like to call on stage Honorable Vice Chancellor of JIS University, Professor Bhavesh Bhattacharya. Dean of Pharmacy, Dr. T.K. Chatterjee. Dean Academics, Dr. H.S. Maji. Professor Shumana Chatterjee, Principal of Dr. Sudhir Chandrashur Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology. Professor Abhijit Sengupta, Director of Guru Nanak Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology.
It's a question of reciprocation. Namra honored by the side of.
I would also like to call on stage Deputy Registrar Dr. Atanu Kotal and Assistant Registrar Dr. Anupam Ghosh. Requesting the head of the Department of Pharmacy, Dr. Bindu Kumar Dey, to kindly join us on the stage.
And also requesting one of our professor, Professor Jonathan Chatterjee, to kindly come up on the stage and take your seat, sir. Thank you so much, sir. And to take your seats. Thank you so much. We would like to start our program with an inaugural song which has been prepared by our students and request them to come up on the stage.
জিওট্যাগ ফটোগ্রাফ বলছো তো ওটাকে জুম করে তুলে দিত তো আর এই স্টুডেন্টদের নিয়ে সাইড থেকে তো
जय जय हे भगवती सुरभारती तब चरणों प्रणमामि जय जय हे भगवती सुरभारती तब चरणों प्रणमामि जय भागेश्वरी नारायण जय भागेश्वरी शरणं ते गच्छामः जय जय हे भगवती सुरभारती तव चरणों प्रणमामि तव सी शरण्या त्रिभुवन धन्या सुरमुनि वंदित चरणा तव समर्पिता जय जय भगवती सुरभारती तव चरणों प्रणमामि जय जय हे भगवती सुरभारती तव चरणों प्रणमामि
Thank you to all the students for such a beautiful song. Now I would like to take the opportunity for lab lightning, which is for the hope to have a successful program and to have an excellence in pharmacy education. To do the honor, I would like to request the dignitaries on dais, if you kindly, sir and ma'am, come up and light the lamp with the hope to have a successful program. And the volunteers are requested to kindly volunteer. I would like to dignitaries, if we would like to take the opportunity and request the dignitaries on the dais to show the devotion towards the Father of Education, M.L. Shroff, by offering the flowers. The students, please volunteer or sir and ma'am. I also request our esteemed panelists, sir, if you kindly join hands by offering the flowers to M.L. Shroff. I request the panelists, sir, you join hands to offer the flowers.
মানে স্টেপ মিস করে পড়ে গেছে
Thank you to the esteemed panelists. For the welcome address, I would like to call our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Bhavesh Bhattacharya, sir.
Very good morning to you all. Nice to see a good gathering, especially of students. Respected dignitaries on the dais, my colleagues, invitees from outside the university, dear students. We stand here to celebrate the day in memory of the great person behind pharmacy education. And the theme for today's deliberation is on entrepreneurship, startup, and innovation. It's very pertinent and fantastic theme to be discussed, especially in the field of pharmacy. We are witness to the role played by the pharmacy people belonging to pharmacy and related science and engineering branches during their contribution of COVID period and beyond that also. So the significance is there. And coming to the theme, I feel the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology rather, of this university is doing a lot of good things. One is this one, that there are many fantastic initiatives taken by the department. I am seeing some prospective initiatives coming out, especially in the field of startup and innovation. I witnessed to very promising projects showcased by the students of this department during our SkillX programs. Unfortunately, those projects we are not able to take forward. My appeal to the department is to take those projects, some of the promising projects from the SkillX program, take them forward and hold at different levels. And then tomorrow, some of them can be groomed into a good startup initiative. There is a good prospect. I witnessed to that. For a few semesters, I am seeing the Department of Pharmacy, the students from the Department of Pharmacy, Pharmaceutical Technology, they are showcasing very fantastic projects which need to be taken care of along the semesters so that tomorrow we can propel those projects into a good startup initiative. Friends, things are not very difficult. Even very humble initiative can give rise to a fantastic achievement. Very fresh news from today's newspaper. Let me cite one. You might have read, many of you might have read that. One of our students from this part of the country, not resourced by a lot of scientific facilities, research facilities, he has come out with a sort of a finding that the mushrooms from the area belonging to Birbhum and adjacent areas, it has got an inherent remedy for cancer research. And this has been published in a very prestigious journal. And they are saying that this small initiative has got a tremendous scope in finding some solution to cancer problems. So the initiatives, although it is at a humble level, have prospect to take up at a much promising and higher levels. Only we need to groom them properly and hold them properly so that it takes shape. This event should not be limited to the gathering of students and eminent persons. Let us take some clue from gathering like this and take our initiative forward so that the next year when we celebrate such occasion, we will be proud to showcase some of our fantastic achievements during the year. I wish the department all the very best and also appreciate the initiative of the new HOD of the department for organizing this nice gathering. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We are honored today that Professor Abhijit Sengupta, Director of JNI PhD, is among us here today. I would like to call sir for his address. He is a mentor of all colleges of pharmacy under JIS group. Sir.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Honorable Vice Chancellor of JIS University, Professor Maji, Himanshu Maji, friends and students of this university. And I have come to know that students of some other colleges are also present here. So really, good morning to all of you. And on this occasion, although I was not prepared at all to say something, and my name has been, and I was thinking that what I should speak. But because it is the occasion of anniversary of Professor Emil Schropp, you know, this person, I think all of you must be knowing that this gentleman, he studied, definitely he was not a pharmacist. He never studied pharmacy. He was a student of chemistry and he studied in MIT. And after completion of his studies in MIT in US, he came to India and he had some connections with T.S. Birla and of course our first Prime Minister also. And he was the person who started pharmacy education in India. He was involved with most of the pioneering colleges of pharmacy, departments of pharmacy, like BHU, Banaras Hindu University. He started Jabalpur University, Department of Pharmacy. Sagar, he was very much involved with Bombay University Pharmacy. All these institutes, they went on to become the pioneering and the best colleges of pharmacy. But not only he started these colleges, Because pharmacy education was not there in India, he started writing books in all the subjects, not in one subject, the chemistry or something. He wrote books in pharmaceutics, he wrote books in regulatory affairs, which is known as regulatory affairs now. That is forensics, used to call forensic at that time. And all the subjects, he wrote small books, and those books he published, because in India there was no books for pharmacy at that time. And mind you, students, that he was based in Calcutta. His house in Calcutta is still there, and his relatives are staying. So this gentleman, we are regarding him as father of pharmacy, but I think he is something more, because he not only thought of only the clinical side of pharmacy, as Shakur was telling, but the industrial part also, because in India, we know that still the community pharmacy, the hospital pharmacy, these kind of things have not come up. In India, the medicine part, the treatment part, the diagnosis part, it is all the medical fraternity, they are holding strong. Where pharmacists, see, one thing we know, that whatever we human beings do it, the cure is done by the medicine only. The disease is cured by the medicine, and that medicine has to be prepared properly. That medicine has to be manufactured properly. There is a saying for the surgeons that man operates, but God heals. And still it is so. We can't heal if a skin is bruised. No medicine can heal it. Only medicines can help in healing the part. The healing part is done by the nature itself. So all the diseases, all the pharmaceuticals, the main part is, most important part is the medicines or the medical aids which are given to a patient. Nowadays it is the era of biotechnology is coming, and definitely pharmaceutical field, this biotechnology is going to be it will be the main part, because all the medicine, maybe in 30, 40, 50 years, most of the synthetic medicines will be reduced, and biotechnologically prepared medicines or chemicals or biosimilars will be used. Already in therapies for the cancer and everything, this biotechnologically prepared medicines and things are being used. So there are, in India, the education of pharmacy is actually divided into two parts: the industrial pharmacy and the clinical pharmacy. In industrial pharmacy, because pharmacists and chemists, the chemistry people, they have done well. So nowadays, you know that India is known as the pharmacy of the world. All the generic medicines in most of the developed countries, in almost all the developed countries, the generic medicines are supplied by India, whether it is US, whether it is Europe, whether it is South Asia and all these places. Most of the generic medicines are from India. So that is why we are really proud. See, engineering and in all the other fields, there are foreign companies, the vehicles. See, today we are having Suzuki, Honda, Toyota, etc. The multinational companies are coming to India. But in pharmaceutical sciences, Indian pharmacy companies are multinationals in the world over. Everywhere in the world, in US, in Europe, or any other developed countries, you will find a factory of Sun Pharma or Cipla or Candida, these kind of things. It is there. So that is why be proud of your profession. Let us, whoever wants to go to the industrial side, go for that. Whoever wants to go for research side, go for that. And whoever wants to go for clinical portion, really we have to develop this. And the honor of pharmacists will also come. In this field also has to be there, which is mainly now at present in India has not come up very much. And it is mostly covered by the doctors in the medical field. So all the best to the students. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your words. Now I will request our Dean of Pharmacy, Professor Dr. Kumar Chatterjee, to address the program. So,
Respected Vice Chancellor, other respected persons on the dais, my colleagues, my dearest students. All we are here today in the memory of the birth anniversary of a person in the pharmacy profession. The person is Mahadevalam Sloth, who was born in 1902, this day, that is 6th March, in Darbhanga district of Bihar, and he was admitted in Bhagalpur Institute, one institute of Bhagalpur. He completed his preliminary studies there, and he joined in 1920 in PhD. But after 1 year, he was expelled out from the institute because of a quarrel between the principals, the Charles A. King, and he left that institute, but he completed his bachelor degree in chemistry, and after that he traveled to China, Japan, and ultimately USA, where he completed his master degree in 2 subjects. One is chemistry, another one is microbiology, from the very prestigious institute like Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Then he traveled to India again to start some works on pharmacy education. However, he was not a man of pharmacy. We are lucky that he got a person like that who was known as father of pharmacy education. He then started some works like that. He go for the inceptions of the organizations like Union Province of Pharma Association in UP, and it was so much that it then in 1939 was turned to the organization of Indian Pharmacy Association, IPA, known as the IPA. And he then come to Calcutta and joined to an institute like Jadavpur University Pharmacy Department. I am proud. I'm a ex-student of that university. He joined there in the year of 1964, and he continued his job here till 1968, and he passed away on 25th of June 1971. So based on his education systems in the pharmacy, we are now speeding our speed in a galloping way in the pharmacy field. Now, we are expecting that at the end of this year, we can reach near about $130 billion pharmacy market in the all over the world. We are highest producer of the vaccines, and 60% vaccines are produced in the field of the BCG and PPTs, and 90% of that in the measles vaccine is produced by India today. We are the producer of 20% of the generic drugs and the other drugs also, and more than 500 types of API compounds is produced in India today. We are proud of that. One day will come, we will be the topper in the pharmacy field. All that due to that person who started his journey in the pharmacy education. Already you got some ideas that pharmacists can be think about the two ways, that is, one is the manufacturing lines and others, and another one is the clinical fields, that we have also started that both ways, the clinical fields and others. So the doctors are now happy for sharing our knowledge in the pharmacy. They are applying these things in their hospitals and the clinical research. Now the point is coming, what is innovation and startup? Startup has three phases. Startup has three phases, like the jungle or the dirty road and the highways. You can start your startup with the surrounded by the jungles. You have to clean that jungles, then you have to go ahead only. Then you can reach the dirty roads. That is also very difficult for cleaning all that things. After that, only 10% of the person who are in the field of your startup can reach to the highway or speed up their car. So this way, the Swiggy and other companies started, and they are now very successful in that way. It has been estimated that in India, we have more than 1,100 companies who are giving support in the incubation centers, and more than 2,200 are of the pharmaceutical field. And obviously, we can get the help of that, and startup companies are coming one by one. And they actually, the main problems of startup is the finance backgrounds and others, and knowing the market in the right way. And it is very difficult in the field of the pharmaceuticals field because of the strategy and because of the very difficult the systems and rules and regulations of the pharma market. It is not easier like the marketing of momos or something like that. You have to go with the highest level of the purity of that compound you want to sell in the market. Now, a few days back, you have seen in the newspapers and in the print media, some things like that in the electronics media also, more than 130 compounds are picked by the Drug Standard Authority of India, and out of that 29 was found not up to the standard. Means we are not standardizing our product. That is very much needed to get the world market. So first, go for any sort of the project like that. We have to know in details about the screening methods of the drug, its efficacy, proof of the efficacy, total the acceptance in the market. After that only you will be successful in your life. So I think obviously you will not always think about the giving in rent of your certificate to a retail shop for getting some money. That is not should be your target in futures. You can do yourself. Maybe very short form, a startup start up with some real thought about doing some things in the pharmaceutical field, and obviously India will grow in such a manner that it will reach to the highest peak of forever. So thank you very much. I hope the pharmacy students here present, they will get the day as their inspiration. They can get the day as a focus for their life, not for getting some money for lending their certificates to a scrub for getting some handful of money. This not should be the dream of the students of pharmacy. The dream should be like that, like a person who passed away, like Emil Straub. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. As we know that we have organized this program jointly with Dr. Sujit Chandrasu, Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology. We are very much happy and honored to get the principal of DSIPST, Professor Shumana Chatterjee. I'll request ma'am that ma'am kindly, if you kindly address the program of today.
Afternoon, everybody. On Pharmacy Education Day, I would like to welcome you all in our Pharma Innovation 2025. And on the behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to thank our management team at JIS Group for helping us in organizing this program. Now, this Pharma Foundation 2025, this is celebrated on the birthday of our father of pharmacy education, Anveshan. Basically, we know that this education plays a very important role in building the future of the nation. In order to develop the nation, education plays a very important role. And with the help of these programs like Diploma in Pharmacy, then B-Pharm and M-Pharm, basically the skilled pharmacy professionals are developed. With the help of this program, all the knowledge regarding the pharmacy as well as the skill you will develop, and with the help of the Pharmacy Education Academia Introduction, the 360-degree development that will come through the industry academia interaction. So from the upcoming panel discussion, we'll come to know the importance of the industrial aspect in pharmacy. So I would like to conclude my session here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to take the opportunity to call Dr. Professor Suyanta Chatterjee, the Professor of Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, to talk about our day, our foundation. So.
Good afternoon, everybody. So let me go directly into the subject, entrepreneurship and startup and what we can do, my students. So after spending more than 40 years in pharma industry, I know some of my industry colleagues are here. I know what they are struggling every day. They are struggling in the supply chain. There are a lot of shortage of good quality material in the industry. You can think about that. There are a lot of opportunities for entrepreneurship and startups. I will name a specific few things. The experts and opportunity from they will give you more. One is you can think of making software solutions for small industries. Large industries use very complicated and advanced software. But there is opportunity for small industries. You can, with the help of your engineering friends, develop softwares for small industries. Next, if you look at the supply chain, there are a lot of numerous supplies are required, and there are not many good vendors. You can pick up from there. One example is activated charcoal. Mostly charcoal that is used in the industry is usually heavily contaminated with bacteria. You can buy charcoal from a big supplier and then you can sterilize using a furnace, make small packs and supply. That means you have to talk to the industry experts and then you have to search for opportunities. That is Anveshan. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would request our on-stage dignitaries, Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, to kindly sit off stage for our panelists to come up. I would request our panelists to kindly come up on stage. Dr. Kuntal Ganguly, Head of R&D, Albert David Limited. Mr. Shubhendu Sinha Chaudhary, CEO of Clean Tech Solutions. Mr. Probesh Shaha, Director of Ditech Healthcare Private Limited. Dr. Sudipta Narayan Roy, I would like to call our esteemed panelists on stage once again. Dr. Kuntal Ganguly, Head of R&D, Albert David Limited. Mr. Shubhendu Sinha Chaudhary, CEO of Clean Tech Solutions. Mr. Probesh Shaha, Director of Ditech Healthcare Private Limited. Dr. Sudipta Narayan Roy, MD of Powell Laboratories Private Limited. Mr. Partho Pal, MD, Abbott Medicaments. Mr. Sudipta Mukhopadhyay, Consultant Quality TCG Life Science Private Limited. Mr. Shantanu Roy, Manager QA, Days Medical Stores Manufacturing Limited. Mr. Ashish Kumar Bandyopadhyay, General Manager Works, Strasbourg Pharmaceuticals Private Limited. Mr. Partha Chakraborty, Manager R&D, Walter Bushnell Research Center. Mr. Indranil Bhattacharya, Manager QC, ASG Biochem Private Limited. Mr. S.S. Kundu, Consultant, Red Lotus Private Limited, Ex-Manager QC Cipla. We also have among us our moderator for the session, Dean Academics of JIS University, Dr. Himanshu Shekharnaji. He will be the moderator for the panelists today. We will now begin with the felicitations of our esteemed panelists. I would request Dean of Pharmacy, Dr. Topam Kumar Chatterjee, to kindly come and felicitate our guests, sir. I would request Dr. Kuntal Ganguly, Head of R&D, Albert David Limited, to kindly come up for the felicitations, sir. I would request Mr. Shubhendu Sinha Chaudhary, CEO of Clean Tech Solution, to kindly come up for the felicitation, sir. I would request Mr. Prabir Shah, Director of Diatech Healthcare Private Limited, to kindly come up for the felicitation.
So, for Giovanna. Now, I would request Professor Obujit Sengupta, Director of JNI-PhD, to facilitate our next panelist. If you can come on the stage. And I request Dr. Sudipto Narayan Roy, MD, Power Laboratories Private Limited, to come up on the stage to take the felicitation. If you can stay back a little bit, I'll request Mr. Partho Pal, MD, Evet Medicaments, to take the felicitation. Thank you for doing the honor. Thank you, Mr. for doing the honor. Now we'll request the principal of GSL-PST, Professor Sumana Chatterjee, ma'am, if you kindly come up on the stage for doing the felicitation to our panelists. I request Mr. Sudipto Mukhopadhyay, Consultant Quality, TCG Life Science Private Limited, to take a felicitation. Mr. Sudipto Mukhopadhyay, Consultant Quality, TCG Life Science Private Limited.
Audience, kindly give a round of applause.
You kindly stay back. I'll request Mr. Shantanu Roy, Manager QA, Days Medical Stores Manufacturing Limited, to take a felicitation. Thank you so much, ma'am, for doing the honor. Now I'll request Professor Himanshu Chakravarti, Dean Academics, JIS University, to do the honor of felicitation. And I request her to felicitate Mr. Ashish Kumar Bandyopadhyay, General Manager, Strassenberg Pharmaceutical Private Limited. Thank you, Manisha, for doing the honor. I request the head of the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, Professor Peter Kumar Dey, to do the felicitation of Mr. Indrani Bhattacharya, Manager QC, ASG Biochemical Private Limited. Audience are requested to give a round of applause, everyone. I will stay back on the stage. I request Mr. S.S. Kundu, Consultant, Red Lotus Private Limited, ex-manager of QC Cipla, to take a felicitation from our head of the department. All of you, please give a big round of applause.
Thank you to the volunteers on stage. We will now begin with our panel discussion. I would request our moderator, Dr. H.S. Mazi, to kindly take over.
A very good afternoon to everyone. We are happy that we are celebrating Pharmacy Education Day in a bigger way this time. And we are more than happy that a number of industry stalwarts has joined in the panel discussion. The primary motto of this discussion is to encourage entrepreneurship. See, in the education sector, we are providing the basic knowledge required to be a part of pharma industry. But nowadays, since people are looking more of skills than education, so imparting skill is an important parameters. Even you all will agree with me that the exact skill requirement is not yet fulfilled at the educational institutes nowadays. That is why every person entering into the pharmaceutical sector requires some kind of basic training to customize trainings to be inducted as a regular trainee or regular employee of the pharmaceutical companies. Secondly, people nowadays are talking more about developing entrepreneurships, creating their own startups. So both the perspectives are required apart from what Vijit sir said that pharmacy has got two divisions nowadays. One is clinical sector, another is industrial sectors. So today's discussions will be based on industrial sectors, how to prepare our students of the pharmacy colleges for the industry, for developing their own industries. And I believe that this discussion will be a fruitful one. So with these few lines, I'll start with Mr. Subhendu Sinha Chaudhary. Mr. Chaudhary is with us for a number of years, and I'll take this opportunity to start this discussion with your comments. Over to you.
Good afternoon, Manisha. I have been into this university for last 4 or 5 times even. Now, talking about entrepreneurship, I started my career after leaving Dalku University in 1994-95, going to East India, from there to JIS and other industry, and then in 2012 end, I thought of leaving everything, starting my own career as an entrepreneur. Now, entrepreneurship today and when I started in 2012-13, it's totally different. There are two types of entrepreneurship for a pharma student, I believe. One entrepreneurship is going for a hardcore pharma industry as a consultant, as many other things. There are many other things which are needed in the pharma industry from outside sources. But for that part of work, what I'm doing now today as a consultant, you will need to have a basic industrial experience of around about 8, 10, 12 years. Then and then only you can work as a consultant as something else to the pharma industry. But in today's world, what I feel is another world which is opening up very fast. That is the world of AI. Today, doing a research, doing a startup of AI, which the pharma industry is very much needed. AI works, artificial intelligence, people of doing artificial intelligence works in AI on drug-drug interactions, on ideas are coming from other industries, coming from computer science backgrounds, are doing the work of ours. And for that, they are only taking the help of pharma persons here and there. Mainly doctors, very less of pharma people are getting involved. My AI suggestion to the juniors is, if you want to start up, have a startup. That is one of the very good areas which doesn't need a very big investment. You need a computer, a good computer with a good graphics card, which I believe many of the students here have for playing games and everything. So maybe we can use that. And databases are available in the open public forums. You can start off with that. Slowly and steadily you can move on, because that is the area which is opening up very fast, and that is the area which will even bloom in the next few years. With this, this is a very little thing I have to say about entrepreneurship.
Yes,
because
thank you.
Thank you.
I believe that you're right. Pharmacy education nowadays, the requirement of AI, people are talking about AI in every sectors, including pharma. Yeah, people can go for this kind of computer knowledge associated in the medical field. Looking in this line, I'll request Dr. Ganguly, Dr. Kuntol Ganguly, who is heading R&D of Albert David. Sir, my question will be how the students, B Pharma students or M Pharma students, how they can be fit into a hardcore R&D sectors of a pharma company, and which qualifications do you prefer? Whether, as per our traditional knowledge, that masters know more than bachelors, PhD people know even higher. So which criteria they should fulfill, or what are the lessons they should learn from the academic institutions to be adopted by R&D sectors?
Good afternoon, everybody. Am I audible? So it is a nice gathering to see budding pharmacists, young faces all together. जोश कैसा है? How is the Josh? Now the thing is that in case of hardcore R&D or whenever we are talking about, the money on the board is very heavy. What I am telling about is next 10 years, we are going to have around 140 billion US dollar pharma industry in India in next 10 years, which will be a part of globally $1.8 trillion. So you can understand that what is that stake. Now, from the budding pharmacists and the pharmaceutical and biopharmaceutical, both the industries are growing. Biopharmaceutical is going at a 10x speed than that of pharmaceuticals. Now, when it comes to I am proud to be a pharmacist, and when it comes to be from a pharmacist perspective, so you have to be research driven in both case of your pharmaceuticals and biopharmaceuticals. So I would tell you that if you are doing your B pharmacy or M pharmacy or PhD, in case of your B pharmacy, you should be present in case of all your practicals. So your practical training should be pakka. And whatever you are doing in your lab, so that will be tested in the industry. Industry, बहुत ज़्यादा आपका, it will be test you like anything. After that, when you are going for an M.Pharm or MS in USA or Europe, wherever it is, so I can tell you that India, USA or Europe or Japan or South Korea or Taiwan, anywhere you take, it is all where everywhere it is the same. And whenever you are going for the your MS or M.Pharm in pharmacy, or whether it is pharmaceutics, biology or chemistry or cognosy or biotechnology, wherever. So you have to take the project as an industrially driven, or you should take that project that I want to develop some product out of it or some service out of it, so that that can be patented, or that can, because this is a patent era. And what we expect is that your project should come out with some new product or new services. And whenever a person is taking up pursuing PhD, so that PhD also will be in some kinds of novel things. It may be in some NDDS, or it may be some preclinical, clinical, or whatever it is. So you should be pakka with your projects, and all those projects, whatever is research driven. So that should be patentable, and don't go for publication, because our CSIR director Mashelkar used to say that publish and perish, but you should go with some patents. You come out to your product should be there. And in industry and in academia, we do not do things differently. Only in case of industry, we go for all pharmaceutically or pharmacopoeically approved excipients and APIs or biologics. So you do that and you come up with the product. So the opportunity is plenty. Here, what I have seen that from Calcutta, from West Bengal, around 20% of the pharma workforce is from West Bengal. So all over India I am telling about, and globally also there maybe 1 to 2% is also there. Now the thing is that whenever you carry out this research, each of your research can come up with a startup. But that startup, see, pharma is a very much resource intensive thing. So you can take up to a research and development level, then it will come to pilot level or pivotal batch level. So at that point of time, you have to tie up with industry or someone. And also the government of West Bengal should, they are going for this IT and BT, this thing. But they should also come up with this Vishwabangla Sammelan or this thing. So they should come up also with the harnessing the pharmaceutical prowess of the West Bengal education system. So that can also be highlighted, and these startups can be given some financial backup either from VCs or any funding. And this means from a industry perspective, you guys can definitely do a lot of work and hard work. That basically you need a lot of hard work, and that can give you an impetus for your startup or whatever you want to do. And later that research can be taken up by some big organizations with royalty and all those things. So this is.
Yeah, thank you. Project and training, of course, definitely is required for students. In line with your last comments, that is the initiative of the state governments or government sectors, so that, yeah, I have seen the BGVS, I have attended for last 2 to 3 years, but yeah, very little sign of pharma sectors are projected there. Definitely, that's needs to be taken care of. But we as private institutions or majority of the pharma graduates are coming up with the private institutions. I'll put forward, or I'll request Mr. Partho Pal to have your views on this comment that how students can fit despite having government, having or having not the government initiatives, how a student can be fit into pharma companies.
Good afternoon, everyone. I started my business last 50 years ago, and initially, first 7 years, I was employed. Then in 1980, I started my business. I can share only my view during my business profession. From 1980, we started manufacturing of oral liquids, tablets, and capsule category of products. As per Schedule M of Drugs Act, we maintained, and it was always changing process. In 2001, first Schedule M was revised, and then introduced when a very change was came at that time, with air handling system was introduced in core area of manufacturing area and primary packaging area. Though it was introduced in 2001, but it was implemented in our state December 2004. And after that, I'm telling only the MSME sector, and other than parenteral and ophthalmic preparations norms, we Schedule M. After that, in 2013 2023 December, again the change came in Schedule M, which is the Schedule M is good manufacturing practice and the premises of the manufacturing unit and the plants and equipments. Before that, there was all the norms we have to maintain as per previous Schedule M, but then 23 Schedule M revised. That was when it was as per WHO GMP. And it is very difficult for us, MSME units, and our time limit was December 2024. But we got some proposal and the time will be extended, not yet extended, will be extended up to December 2025. And these changes, the total factory area should be under air handling system, and manufacturing area and primary packaging area will be under HEPA filter. And this system of AQ system is very expensive, and there was a very mandatory of microbiology laboratory with modern layout, which is also very expensive to maintain MSME unit. Though we are trying our best to satisfy the revised Schedule M as far as WHO GMP. And now the main thing is there are also the plants and equipments should be changed. Previously, all plants and equipments, the contact part was made up of SS 316 level. Now it has one mandatory to comply with SS 316L. So we have to change all the plants and equipments into new form. This is a very expensive and part of the MSME unit. And also some main problem is the area of the factory should be, layout should be changed, because we have to surrender two category of item. Right now we are manufacturing only tablet and oral liquid. Other two category we have surrendered to maintain this revised schedule policy. The new entrepreneurs are will be able to do all these norms of revised schedule M, because they will create a new factory. But the old one is very difficult to cope up all these norms into new schedule M, maintaining the, and lastly, technical staff problem is very much. We are facing very much shortage of technical staff. All the technical staff we have to maintain with fresh training and with other consultant to maintain the new norms, and the fresher are requested to come up to manufacturing business, because in West Bengal the scenario is very poor. I think only less than 100 units are still in the state of West Bengal, though throughout India, MSME unit number is 8,000. But in West Bengal, it is only 100, including also the external preparation. So I request the new entrepreneurs to come and join this profession. This is a very interesting and encouraging profession. I am still in this profession. I will try our best to overcome these hurdles, the new WHO GMP, which are facing very every MSME units in this in the state of West Bengal.
Sir, I come you, sir, Indranil, sir, you are just before joining this meeting, you are having a discussion with our PG students. So, the revision of schedule M, as we are seeing, this is for the better utilizations of healthcare, how we can take care of the patients in a better way. But as I came to know, that some hefty expenses are involved. Overhauling of almost all existing pharma companies are in place. So in this perspective, the newly joined students, how they can be taken into account. See, one thing that runs in the education sector also is reskilling and upskilling. Of course, that is also required in this crucial point of time. My question is, in this revised schedule M, when it is implemented in the industry, what will be the fate of the existing workforce? What is the expectation from the newly joining or would be joining workforce?
Thank you. Good afternoon to all of you. First of all, the pharma and the pharmacy, this word is very much related to with our health, because we are consuming the medicine when our body actually requires. So that's why the schedule M and whatever the guidelines, now gradually it is revising and making more stringent because of only of the patient safety. So patient safety is the most important thing. And I think the pharmacy students, they are the best to understand the patient safety. This is the only this pharmacy student, they can understand the languages of the industry is using. But the basic knowledge is given from the institutions. But based on that knowledge,
you have to accelerate your capability, your knowledge to introduce a new business, because every industries there's a sir is already told that the heavy expense is involved. So all the industries is not able to bear that expense from taking the facility from any authorized vendor like Agilent, Empowers like this. So in that case, if the new entrepreneurs can join in the industry, they can start up their business with the facility of service of the instruments and the calibrations. These are also taken care of very much. And but most importantly, you have to understand the requirement of the industry. Based on that, you can design your business, you can flourish in your business. Otherwise, it is very difficult to survive, because the everything is not changing. Pharma world is changing very fast.
Yeah, thank you. Indrali Bhattacharya sir. I will come up with your comments to my colleague Dr. Sudipta Narayan Rai. So my question will be, see, in this changing scenario, as I was telling to sir also, how the existing workforce, what will be the fate, and what is the exact requirement for the would-be joining graduates, and what is the importance of industrial training, which is an integral part of reform curriculum nowadays. If we look at the NEP also, they are also giving exit in every year, but with the 2 months of internship or training is associated. So what is the importance of training or industrial training for a pharma graduates? In this changing scenario, how the graduates can be accommodated in pharma companies?
Good afternoon. With regards to my fellow panelists, my regards to the faculty members and the teachers and my beloved students. I am from the Ayush industry. Hopefully you have heard of Ayush. Ayush is an acronym which it stands for A for Ayurveda, Y for Yoga, U for Unani, S for Siddhai, and H for homeopathy. So these are the alternative system of medicines. But we are into the national system of medicine as well, and we abide by the Drug and Cosmetics Act. As Sir has placed a question regarding how to develop the mindset of the students for the current scenario, which is a little nascent, I can say. I would not use the word volatile, I would use the word nascent. And I would say that this is the way of the world. Jagat, as we say, it's always, the word Jagat means it deals with dynamism. So change, as in our sector 2008, when GMP implementation was there, it was a huge change. Now again the revised schedule is coming up. So things would be changing. I would request as in academic to an academic institution from an industry that OJT, what we say, this on-job training is very much required. You should accommodate students to the manufacturing units or to the companies where on-job trainings are given. It's not just an internship ki, just I have to sign up a internship form and give them a certificate. No, that things wouldn't work, because things are changing drastically. As one of my fellow panelists was saying, that the numbers of the manufacturing units in West Bengal are coming down. So, and it will, believe me, after this revised schedule M1, it will come down drastically. So the students who wants to join the industry have to be very focused. Nowadays, I find students, they are not very much focused. They are little bit of, because they have lot of options also. They are little bit whimsical. But believe me, that the next 10 years is the time when India would be graduating from a third world country to a developed nation. So this next 10 years would be the period when you either perform or perish. So there is no scope. I would come to the philosophical part of entrepreneurship, because there are a lot of technical people who are sitting in the panel. So technical, they are much more qualified than me in technical part. But I would just, for entrepreneurship specifically, I would say the philosophical alignment with entrepreneurship is very important. The word entrepreneurship comes from enterprising. So first, we have to align ourselves with the philosophy, whichever philosophy you subscribe to. You according to the philosophy, suppose I subscribe to the Indian philosophy, that is as the Pharmacy Council was mentioning, the Indian philosophy. So the Indian philosophy says Atmano Mokshartham Jagat Hitaya. Our philosophy is to do good to others. So entrepreneurship is a platform where this philosophy you transform into a purpose, and this purpose will drive you. It will influence your psychology, and then your physiology will act accordingly. And now I come to the part that there are a lot of you find a lot of criticism about Dr. Narayan Murthy's comment. Believe me, sir, I am as an entrepreneur for last 15 years. And my chief scientific officer, who is a ex-academician, he is there. So he now thinks that कि मैं academy मतलब professor ही छोड़ के आके कहाँ फंस गया, because believe me, we work 80 hours per week, more than 80 hours per week. Me and my scientific office, chief scientific officer, there are number of days we finish our meeting at 12:30 at night. So entrepreneurship यही मांगता है. So जिसको डेली वेजेस लेबर जैसा काम करना है, उसको entrepreneurship के बारे में नहीं सोचना है. 90% of the startups fail. So mindset is important. Stamina is important. Mindset बनेगा तब जब साइकोलॉजी बनेगा, वैसे तभी ये फिजिकली फिट होना पड़ेगा. फिजियोलॉजी जो है, that is in holistic science we say that all of the physiology is governed by the mind, and then only you can perform properly, and then prosperity comes. तो ये जो P हम बताए, तो प्लीज याद रखना कि subscribe to a philosophy and build a purpose of your life, and from that purpose your psychology would be deriving the influence, where your physiology would give you that stamina to sustain 80 hours or even 100 hours a week work. Believe me, entrepreneurship is 24/7 into 365 days, and challenges, like Mr. Pal was saying, challenges ऐसे हर महीने आपको कुछ ना कुछ regulatory challenge, especially in pharma, regulatory challenge. You in our sector we find every day there is a violation of DMR Act. वो एक्ट किस लिए बनाया गया था भगवान जानता है. तो वो DMR Act violations and everything, and lot of regulation is there, which is very much needed, because we are playing with human lives. हमारा धंधा ह्यूमन लाइफ्स के साथ है. सो वी नीड टू बी रेगुलेटेड, एंड ये रेगुलेटेड है, इसलिए इंडिया इज द थर्ड लार्जेस्ट फार्मास्यूटिकल contributor to the world. So I would say in my sector, Ayush, everybody, all the young people are invited. You come, join us. We are ready for on-job trainings also. But with a mindset कि कुछ करना है. Just वो सर्टिफिकेट इंटर्नशिप वो सब लेने से कुछ काम नहीं है, वो हम देते रहते हैं ऐसे ही. But if you want to do entrepreneurship, you need at least 1 year proper on-job training in one company. Nitty-gritty समझना है, then only you can go ahead. This is what I.
A round of applause is required, I believe. And it's so inspiring, so motivating. With your last words, sir, I'll continue this discussion and request Mr. Provit Saha. How, what is your belief on this developing entrepreneurship? Gaurav, Mike, what is your belief and how students can fit themselves in current education perspective also, you know the curriculum and all, how students can fit themselves in the area of entrepreneurship?
Thank you very much, sir. Welcome to all the students here, and it's good to see a big crowd out here. And thank you for the organizers of this event for inviting us and conducting such a nice event. It's a pleasure to be able to talk at this platform. First of all, let me introduce. I belong to the industry of IVD medical devices. So it's not exactly pharma. It's little different than pharma. It is like first we test, then we treat, right? So we do the testings, diagnostics. IVD stands for in vitro diagnostics, medical devices. Now that it's a part of the whole medical device as a bigger umbrella, we are part of the IVD medical device, which is a smaller part of the actual medical device. Medical device is a very big industry. We belong to the in vitro diagnostics part only. Now, if I start with entrepreneurship, I would have to give my example. I mean, that's, I think, the best way of sharing experience than to give, knowledge, just say, or gyan bhai. So when I joined Cadila as a young candidate, I mean, out of my college. I went to Cadila in their head office in Ahmedabad. And unfortunately for me at that time, I felt unfortunate that I was given diagnostics as a product manager to handle diagnostics. So when I went to the division, I saw that it's a very small division and hardly recognized, hardly any values given to that unit because pharma was much bigger ballgame. There were my colleagues, other pharma colleagues they were product managers, they were talking in crores, we were talking in thousands at that time. Because the market size was so small. And the volumes were small, turnovers were small. It was not recognized. Pharma is very well organized, whereas diagnostics was unrecognized, very small sector. And at that time, it was all pharma companies who were running this division. This is not the case today. A lot of things have changed. But within 3 months, I could understand that opportunity. The moment I spent 3 months in that company, I understood that pharma being very organized, that is an advantage, but there are certain limitations in terms of opportunities. And diagnostics being a very small field, the opportunities were endless. So it was such endless that within 3 to 6 months, I could make a goal for myself that this is an industry where I can be an entrepreneur very soon. Maybe I will use the platform of Cadila to do the basic learnings about the technology, market, size, and other things. And then it's very easy for me to get into and float a company and become an entrepreneur. So the opportunity is much higher. Even Cadila at that point of time, and not only then, and now also, this industry is mainly import dependent, even today. When I say import dependent, we are around 30% indigenous and 70% import dependent. There is the opportunity. Means there is a provision, opportunity for R&D, opportunity for development, opportunity for launching something new. And of course, with the current day government initiatives of Make in India and push from BIRAC, from DBT, there are lots of opportunities in terms of aligning with research institutes to develop technology to bring it to the market. The example is COVID. If I give another example. See, when COVID came in, it came in as a surprise to all of us. We didn't even manufacture a mask. India was not even manufacturing a mask. We were dependent on China. heavily to even manufacture masks. But the situation changed. Within 6 months, 3 months, India was self-reliant. We were manufacturing masks by ourselves. There are big players came in, they put in their brains, they put in their technology, and we started manufacturing not only masks, we started manufacturing RT-PCR molecular testing kits. So we started COVID manufacturing testing kits, and today that has picked up. Today there is molecular testing being done for various other sectors. For example, tuberculosis testings are very difficult otherwise. Serology testing has been banned by WHO because it's not specific. So India has the skill, India has the talent, India has little bit of lack of technology, which has to come from the colleges, which has to come from you guys, who will take up that ownership to develop. And there is an opportunity. This is an area which is vastly open still. As I said, only 30% is manufactured in India and 70% is open up. And there are opportunities for smaller firms to come up, startups to begin. There is so much of ground available that today another change which has happened is that when I came into the industry, diagnostics was done by all major pharma units like Cadila, Ranbaxy, Lupin, Dr. Reddy's, and etc. Today, all of them have gone out of diagnostics. They have all shut shop for diagnostics because they have understood that diagnostics or IVD medical devices is not same as what the regulations for pharma is or the rules of the market for the pharma is. It's a direct sales instead of an indirect sales. You know that in pharma, the patient, the end patient, he doesn't know which medicine to buy. He just follows the doctor. But in our case, we are selling it to the professionals who are the technologists who are doing it themselves. They will not buy something which has a similar quality for even if the price is high. Why should they? So it is a direct sales. The rules of the game was different. And today, the industry is ruled by first generation entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs who are purely into the diagnostic sector. They are not like a big healthcare firm or doing a lot of pharma things and various other things and also doing diagnostics. Not so. So the opportunities are endless. And that is what something which I could see as a young child just 3 months into the industry, that this is an industry where the opportunities are endless. You can start doing something of yourself. Entry barriers were low. Of course, it is increasing as we were listening to other panelists that the quality is very important for the patient. So regulations have been coming in. Regulations have become stringent with time. It is part of the game. It will happen. But when you start something, you can do it the way the current regulations are, and you can align yourself with that. ISO 13485, MDR, that is now there is a government has identified that this is not exactly pharma. So there is a different regulations which is known as medical device rules, which is coming in 2019. So medical device rules comply within diagnostics, and this sector has been identified by government that even when I keep giving the example of COVID because it was an eye opener for a lot of us. When COVID came in, forget vaccines. First, it was to test what it is. Vaccines will come later. First, you need to identify what it is and how to test it, who is suffering, who is infected, who is not infected. So that is the first step. So government has also understood, government of India has understood the importance of this sector. And this sector has a very bright future in the coming days. India is way behind in this sector today because it is still it is ruled by the multinationals like Abbott, J&J, Roche and others. But Indian firms, today we have we have an association called ADMI, it is the Association of Diagnostic Manufacturers of India, and there are about 100 members who are purely Indian manufacturers in this group. Yes, I agree with my fellow panelists again. Bengal lacks skill. We want the support of you guys here, you coming budding pharmacists and biotechnologists who are coming out of this place to take up this flag to lead Bengal. When we came back to Bengal, we said that why no representation of this part of the country? We belonging to this part of the country, it was our duty to, it was tough for us, of course. It took us a long time to even sort it out with the local drug authorities. The state drug control, they said that what are these products? Do they even need a license? That was the first question. We wanted to set up a plant. They asked us, do they need license? So it was from that way. It took time, but with time now it is sorted out. They are also aware what these are. India knows, government knows what these products are, and they are investing into this sector. So this is a big, huge opportunity in medical devices, particularly in diagnostics. And everybody interested to make a career in this sector as an entrepreneur, I think the world is open. Thank you.
Thank you. What I came to know is, definitely COVID is an eye opener. I better prefer to say that COVID given us, even the pharmacists, an identity in the people's society. Before COVID, pharmacist category was unknown. New signature has come out, the role of healthcare professionals during COVID period. Sir, I do agree with you regarding the government initiatives. You talked about Make in India program. At the same time, eastern part of the India is lagging behind. But I must reiterate that first pharmaceutical company of India was set up here only in Bengal. It's only a stone throw distances. So we were the torch bearer. We were on the top, and definitely we will be on the top. There is a lag period that will be taken care of by the academic institutions and jointly by the industrial partners for sure. Thank you. I'll come up with Mr. Mukhopadhyay. You are ensuring quality. We are talking about the quality of medicines, quality of pharmaceuticals. Let us talk about the quality of the students. How you are ensuring that these students are employable. What is exact requirement of an industry for a pharmacy graduates to be adopted?
Good afternoon, everybody. Uh, Thanks for pointing a very good question to me about the quality of the different students who are actually taking part in the future of Indian growth in pharmacy. So, there are two divisions. I will make two divisions in the pharmacy. One is the bulk drug or the API portion of the pharmaceutical.
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Yeah. I'll request Joyanta Chattopadhyay and HOD Pharmacy to please take the chair on the dais. Please. Thank you.
So there are two parts. One is the API part, and the other is the formulation part of the drugs which we are talking of. So basically, the education background is there is a competition between the science graduates and the postgraduates versus the pharmacy graduates and the postgraduates. So there are requirements for taking into the pharma fields. So on the API field, basically the pharma companies who are pharma students who are basically well equipped with their knowledge in the pharmaceutical chemistry would be a very added advantage to us because they will be the torch bearers and they will lead the pharma backgrounds in future. Whereas for the formulation backgrounds, I think the other subjects which are definitely taking care of the different industries like pharmaceutics and other aspects of the industries are going very high for this for the formulation background. I would rather say that the quality of the student would be definitely they should be well knowing their basics which they have been taught in the pharmacy or in the postgraduate pharmacy. Whereas in one important aspect is that the quality assurance has become a very important aspect in today's life. So basically, if they excel in, they get their field in quality assurance, they are doing the postgraduate on quality assurance and regulatory affairs, that would be an added advantage to all of us. And if that gives the basic knowledge on the subject in which today the entire scenario is changing. All other panelists have told that the entire scenario is changing. Like you have new Schedule M, which might not be a very new thing for the companies who are working outside Bengal because they have already been excelled in all those. So by default, they have been complying those things. But for Bengal, it has been a big challenge for us. But for people who are working outside Bengal, they are as a regular
manufacturer, they are doing the WHO or the European guidelines, they are exporting to the other countries. So, well, it is a very good aspect that India has recognized it, and in making it to a developing nation, it has to be in compliance with the other regulators who are there in the world. So students, I think you should primarily focus on your studies and get these things ready, because when you have been coming at the first as the first foremost for the interview, you will be asked from your own topics which have generally been taught in your classes. Like if you are in bulk drugs, you will be taught of chemistry and other aspects where you will be questioned on like the structures, their reactions and other aspects. Whereas for the pharmaceutics, you will be asked about their drug discovery and other aspects of the game where you can excel your thing, because the industry is totally a different thing where you will be in hand doing all the aspects, and that would be the right approach to move forward in the future.
So since the setup of new office bearer of Pharmacy Council of India, we are again in the process of revising our curriculum in line with the NEP. New curriculum of pharmacy graduates are coming in, considering the industrial requirements also. Definitely, in future days, our students will be better equipped to be appointed in a pharma companies, but the requirement of quality, requirement of basic knowledge is definitely required for every graduate. Thank you for your comments. I'll come to Mr. Shantanu Roy from these with these basic questions that how quality parameters are judged from a pharmacy graduates when they are appearing for an interview.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. Thanks for organizing this event. And I just want to say that whenever I go for an interview, I'm taking an interview for a pharmacy graduate. I don't think the knowledge is important, of course, but we also look at his attitude. When we were in college also, it's not that we were studying everything, we were playing around. So if you understand that a student, a fresher, he can have some gaps in the knowledge sector, but the attitude, the intelligence, how he presents himself, these are also very important factors. Apart from, of course, if you study well and you can answer the questions, nothing like that. But apart from this, I just want to, regarding entrepreneurship, I just want to add one more point, that in India we have 8,000, West Bengal 100. So if rest of India can, why can't we? That is the question. So we have good students, we have good infrastructure, our government is showing very positive attitude in setting up industry. So possibly we are lacking entrepreneurs. We do not have enough entrepreneurs who can set up business or plants, and that's not been happening for a very long time. Since we were students, we were waiting for something to happen, and till date nothing has happened. So why this so? So behind every good business leader, we glorify them personally, someone like say Ambaniji or Adaniji. But if you look at them, they strong leaders, strong business leaders, they come from strong business communities. We lack that community. We do not lack that. We lack that psyche for being entrepreneurs. In West Bengal, we had great writers, poets, politicians, playwrights, and we admired them, we glorified them. But in a marriage market, the school teacher or a doctor, an engineer, they had very good market. You will never get your daughter married with a small businessman, because we were some kind of negative attitude we had towards entrepreneurship. So first of all, we have to develop ourselves as a community. That is, we have that kind of business-minded attitude, which is now happening, guys. I understand that. So this change of perception will ultimately lead in the emergence of new entrepreneurs. Thank you.
Thank you. We are doing good. I'll come to Ashish Kumar Bandhavate. Ashish Kumar Bandhavate, yeah, I missed, but I should not, because when I was doing my BPhal, I went your door for industrial training. So I can remember that small plant Sir, you are dealing with pharma graduates, you are dealing with pharmacy, you are dealing with drugs for a quite long period of time. There is a change in the education of the pharmacy graduates. In our time, we were intelligent. In recent times, people are not studying, people do not have patience, and all these kind of words we are listening from the industry. They do not know anything, they are not employable. In our time was very good. I studied in Jadavpur University. I know that how much I have studied. Despite everything, what you look from what sir was telling, we don't bother about the knowledge, how he can fit. So, what is the role of teachers of pharmacy colleges to prepare the students in a better way for industry?
Good afternoon. Good afternoon all. It's my privilege to meet to you particular this great day to celebrate this celebration birthday of Isam Saab. So first of all, I would like to say pharma industry is basically knowledge-based regulated industry. So there are two things. One is knowledge and different, second thing is the regulation. Day to day, the regulation is changing. What Mr. Paul is saying. The previously revised schedule was introduced in 2005 and now it has been introduced in 2023 has been announced and it will be implemented on 2025 December. It is extended. All students are there are ability and I have a great respect to the teacher also. So there have no significant and little bit difference. The student have don't ability to learn and teachers have don't ability to teach them. Just concentrate your study and definitely you will able to get your goal. And it's a common slogan. They previously the students were better, previously the teacher was better, now it is the teacher. It's a continuous and debating language. So I don't want to go for this particular debate. So you just read, teach, and rest in the industry is sorry, because day to day software is changing and day to day the methodology also changing. So many machineries also in software is changing. So many instrumental software is changing. So it is not possible to teach everything in the institute. The industry is for you. Please come. We will teach you rest of requirement. So last of thing, I would just to quote one Bengali famous newspaper quote that is পড়তে হয় না হলে পিছিয়ে পড়তে হয়. So please do your study and rest. We are in the industry for your betterment, for your future. There are a big prospect in pharma industry and particularly every time you remember pharma industry is a knowledge-based regulated industry. Every step is regulation from Gram Panchayat to CDSU. There are a lot of regulation. So don't worry, please come. We are with you. All people you are talented and rest. We are doing the rest of it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. পড়তে হয় নইলে পিছিয়ে পড়তে হয়. Not only the famous newspaper, but it's applicable for every field of the society. If you're determined to study pharmacy, you have to study pharmacy. You will be called in future days the graduates of pharmacy. So with your kind words, we will extend our discussions with SS Kundu sir. Sir, my specific questions once again will be that in this modern days, in previous times, the teaching pedagogy was different. Nowadays, we are focusing more on skills rather than knowledge. We are focusing more on AI. We started our discussion. We are focusing more on quality parameters than on the depth of vast knowledge. Kind of Madhyamik and CBSE syllabus. Previously, the concept was Madhyamik is like this and CBSE is like this. So, in this specialized kind of teaching learning process, how best the students will be fit for industry?
Thank you. I'm very much honored to uh, take the opportunities, get the opportunities to be a panelist. And thank you to students also. What sir is saying that what is the requirement of the part? The thing is that whenever we are taking so much introduce for the freshers as well as the experienced one, you just take in mind that whenever the interview is taking up, just there are two things in taking in mind of an interviewer, that what is the attitude and is he has the base clarity or not. Does not require, because this is the all the industry, they have already a system. So if you have the best things in mind, I am giving an example that if you can say that there is a two structure, one is hexane, another is benzene. The simple question is that which is UV active? The question is that this is very basic thing. If you in 12 you are going with the science, and in pharmacy you are to go for the B-Pharm, you know that which are the part which they have the pi electrons or n-pi electron transition, they are UV active. So simply the basic thing, whenever interviewer take your interviews, they are taking your basic thing, whether it is clear or not. If your basic thing is clear, all the industry have respective SOP, respective procedure, so you will be trained in that manner. If you are a newcomer, it is not expected that from the very beginning day, you will start a new things by yourself only. So you will be taken care by some supervising part. But the thing is that whether you have your basic clarity or not. So this is the main thing. So my request to all the students that please go through the basic thing. And as on today, you have a very, very good things. Dr. Majid, you can also say that if you, for any specific topics, you just go to the ChatGPT, you just give some of the clues. What are the things in tabular form? You will get with all the reference, all the things. Then you Google's the specific part, because the ChatGPT will give you the summary of the part. Okay, what are the main things of this and where from it is taken care. Then you Google's the particular the site or particular literature part. It will give you the details things. And another things, in case of quality and others, what I can say, the main thing is the pharma industry is growing. We are Indian, also growing. It's okay. The basic thing is the integrity. So integrity is not a बहुत बड़ा चीज का नाम नहीं है. It's simple thing है. What is written, you just follow the same, and what you execute, you write the same. Just there is no such big definition or something. Anybody, any interview, this is the very common topics. A interviewer asks that what do you mean by integrity? So you should not go with the so-called definitions. So this is called just things. So the thing is that whenever you follow the procedure, what we are going on, you write, you follow the same, and write what you do. If you not follow the thing, you also write, I am not following. Then this is the triggering point of any CAPA, deviation, investigation, everything. So this is the very simple things we have to do. So this is the thing is that as our analysts, their colleagues are saying that they require very much technical stuff as per the schedule. Because this revised schedule is not, it is the fixed guideline, simply. And fixed guidelines are accepted by most of the world. So as India is becomes so much a big a contributor of this sector, so it has to align with the pace. But what we done, we are not taking it as a fixed. We are taking some suggestion. So we mention is that the revised schedule is. But if you go to the comparison of the part, you will see that exactly the fixed things are actually the gaps are mitigated on the schedule. So as per the pharmacy B Farm, M Farm part, as a technical student, you have a very, very good opportunities. Please, just the basic thing, you try to understand the logical, the difference of these peaks and this part. And if any queries, first ask the queries to yourself only. Then you have your teachers, you have the industrial experienced person. You are very much open to ask this question. When you ask one question, it will open up another 10 questions and it will clarify you. And if the base is not clear, you cannot able to crack a good interview. So your attitude and against how you are, your base is clear. If you're not bringing a very good or some formula or something, everybody is know that we are doing the water content by KF. The simple question is that what are the reaction is going on in the Kalfischer reaction? You do not have to write all the KI or H2SO for it. Just you have to say that what are the transition is going on, which is taken care for the water consumption. So these are the basic part. My request to all my students and that, please go through the basic part, not only the big theory. Because in interview, you will ask the basic part only. So you clarify the same. And there is a simple question. Somebody is asking, what are the type of titrations? We do not know exactly what are the types of titrations. So these are the things, it is being taken care in the 11, 12 also. So my request is that please go through the same. And keep in mind, whenever you are in a pharma industry, as it is related with directly the patient fatality. So you must be taking the consideration the integrity and what are the things going on, you have to address this. You directly, what is if your supervisor or if your any manager is going on, you just say, yeah, I am getting these things. This is my observation and it should be this. Then they will take care of the same.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. You're going good. Before we end the session and hand over the mic to the students for question answer, I'll ask all the panelists to have one-line suggestions. We have started the discussion on encouraging innovation, incubation centers, and pharmaceutical startups. Hello. Yeah, we have started the discussion on the necessity of encouraging innovations, incubation centers, and pharmaceutical startups. I'll request all the panelists to give one-line suggestions or one-line comments on this theme. I'll start with Mr. Kuntal Ganguly. Dr. Kuntal Ganguly, please. Head R&D Albert David Limited. Sir, just in a single line, your advice.
See, students, the thing is that entrepreneurship in case of pharma and biopharma is excellent. So you can come up with your ideas at your R&D scale, but for pilot and pivotal scale or commercial scale, you need to tie up with industry so that can be taken care of by the industry. But definitely the scenario is much better compared to 20 years earlier or 25 years earlier. So you are in a much better shape. My only suggestion is that जो आप काम कर रहे हो या जो आप रिसर्च कर रहे हो उस पे ज़्यादा टाइम दो, give more time to your research, study as hard as possible, and after that you come up with a product or whatever services as well. And another thing he was talking about AI, I tell you that the artificial intelligence and machine learning are double-edged sword. So we have discovered with agentic AI, which GSK is having currently in its place, and its maximum efficacy is from 60 to or 69 to 73 or 76%. So around 24% is again that you have to correct or you have to rectify that or you have to train the AI. So that would be required. So your futures is quite bright for next 10 years or 20, 10, 20, 30 years. That is, I have seen it from last 25 years. So it is continuously booming. So you will be again in the middle of that boom again, and you will get good money and everything. The future is good. Like Mr. Sudipto Mukhopadhyay.
जो करो दिल से करो और आज जो जहाँ पे काम कर रहे हो वहाँ पे you should work to your own heart and work such a way that what work you are doing today will pay you in the future. That's the only thing I want to tell you.
Mr. Provis Sahab. No risk, no gain. So you have to take risk. Only thing is the risk should be calculated, it should be evaluated, it should not be blind. So, Mr. Kundu.
Don't run after the money only. Money will, if you work good and passionately, money will be run after you.
Sir.
I would say, don't hesitate, go ahead. আমি পারবো না, হবে না, এই ধরনের কথা আমার মাথার মধ্যে আসবেই না। আমি একটা সোজা কথা বলি, আমাদের এই ডিভাইস সিপিএম ইমপ্লিমেন্ট যখন হয়, আমাদের রেগুলেটরি ডিপার্টমেন্টে বলা হয়েছিল ওয়েস্ট বেঙ্গলে একটাও ইউনিভার্সিটি থাকবে না। আমি বলেছিলাম এটা আমার চ্যালেঞ্জ রইল, ইউনিভার্সিটি একটা যদি থাকে দ্যাট উইল বি অ্যাডেড ক্রিটিক্যাল। দিস ওয়াজ অল মাই
That's great. Mr. Indranil Bhattacharya.
Motivation is the most important thing. You can demotivate yourself, you can motivate yourself. Virat Kohli যে পিচে 0 করে সে পিচে ও 100 করে ফিরে আসে, কেউ সাপোর্ট করে না। So you have to be your own decision you have to take. So nobody can support you. If you want that I will go up, you will go up. So this is the final word. You have to learn, you have to motivate yourself.
Thank you.
Be passionate. Be passionate and love your subject only. And remember one word, one Japanese word, that is a kaizen. Kaizen, improvement for better. Little, small. Just small word, that is a kaizen. Thank you very much.
Dare to take the challenge, take the unknown road, and dare to be independent. Rest of India যদি পারে, আমরা বাংলাতেও পারবো।
Job or entrepreneur?
Okay. So I have some questions to some of the panelists. So Mr. Kundu Ikate said that in one of the companies he worked, they are working on some pregnancy rejection kit. So you just tell them. You can think about the project also.
So that nowadays the medical device is coming to a very prominent way. So this part is all the PICS, USFDA or EU, they are also working to regularize this part. So if you go that, what is the say some of I was with one of my organizations, they are creating this pregnancy kit. So how, whenever I go as a corporate head to their audit their facilities, I have found that how they are taking. It is a very small thing, small scale, just in one room, one lab they are putting on. There is no such requirement also. And they just imported the paper of this detection kit from China and got shipped. Then they just cut normal. If you go for any of the paper, this just normal cutter, they are cutting into just a slice of this particular paper. Then strips. Then they from outside, from any manufacturers of this part, they cover plastic cassettes. So they just take the sheet, print the sheet, and manually join the cassette two part. Then they are testing one thing is the gonadotropin injections plus minus, and it is making just 0.25, 0.05 and 0.1%. So they class these things. Okay, the positive, negative part is coming up, and with a very decorative part because it is it should be looking. So make a very fantastic cover and another box. Their cost of the part, you can say, it becomes only 12 rupees or something. I am saying considering all the lucrative parts, but they are exporting and getting it about, if in Indian currency, it is about not less than at least 300. So these are the part where we can think how we can part. But my advice is to all the students that please first go to some industry at least 2 to 3 years, as he is also saying. It will give you the what are the parameter is going on, what are industry is going on, what are the tricks, what are the things required. If you have this idea and in the background, you should work on these things of idea, what you can get it there, then only you can plus minus these two part and you can be a good entrepreneur. Thank you.
And now we can open the house for the questions. Students, if you have any questions.
Before coming to audience, questions from audience, let me, with the permission of moderator, let me take 2 minutes. I'd like to extend my deepest sense of gratitude to the esteemed panelists. We are extremely honored that Pharmacy Council of India has sponsored today's program at JIS University. Our esteemed panelists are there for this kind of discussion, panel discussion. Today we are discussing on 3 main phrases, that is entrepreneurship, incubation center, and startup. So just I will take 2 minutes. I will tell you story of one of my students in my previous college. As usual, we are taking here also, sir, SkillX program. In every semester, students are allowed to showcase their project on SkillX. The name is SkillX. Likewise, there was also one science exhibition type of thing. One of my student make a device which is just when we are running the saline, we don't understand when it ends. So he was in 2nd year or 3rd year maybe. Just he take the transistor or do something, some electronic parts, I don't know. But he made the device so that when the saline comes towards the end, that buzzer will some alarm sound will coming out. So he was in 2nd year or 3rd year B.Pharm. Now with that device, he starts his startup and he becomes an entrepreneur now today. But during the COVID time, we know everybody faced the scarcity of oxygen. Now he just started with this device. Now he is making the portable oxygen device. That was a very good business, a huge business during that COVID time. So with this example, I want to inform the panelists and my students. This is a very small idea to become an entrepreneur or to start up a new idea. Just you should have a good innovative idea. You just convert the idea into startup. And one request or inquiry from the honorable panelists, that whether any idea, whether you are having any startup facilities at any industries of West Bengal. I don't know if you have any idea, you can percolate it to our young minds so that whenever they are having any good innovative idea, they can get the facilities of startup. Because still now we are not thinking or facilitating that type of thing. But in future, obviously, JIS University also will give the facility. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Coming back, we'll take one or two questions, please. Yeah. Sure.
Thank you very much, all dignitaries, for giving us the excellent speech, which was truly motivating. Let me introduce myself. I am also a small entrepreneur. I have developed my own products in the field of pet care. It is made of essential oils. And now the topic was very much discussing within you that whether job or entrepreneurship or startup. So as far as my suggestion, after working in 32 years as a sales personnel in different multinational, national pharmaceutical industry, my suggestion is start with job, as Sad has told. Go for job and learn, because we learn once we heard that Rolling Stone gathered no moss. So I suggest be the Rolling Stone. When we go as a Rolling Stone, we will gather the moss. That moss will give the lightning to our life to be passionate for a definite goal where we want to start up an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship or startup idea cannot be given by somebody to somebody else. It is within us. We have to decide which goal we have to start. That's it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. It is a very good learning session. Just one thing I'd like to know from you, if you can discuss a slight part of the finance, which is very much required for the startup and the entrepreneurship. Thank you.
It's depends the size of your industry, because presently pharma industry is very much regulated industry, and as per revised schedule M, it should be implemented from 2025 December. From 2026 this in January it will be implemented. And so many things you have to do. It's different. I have no idea how much it is. Because you have to take the all machineries in stainless steel, all updated software you have to take. So how many molecules, how many formulation you will do, that depends. Whether in a single dosage form or parenteral or non-parenteral, this depends. So whether you have it specific, you can take my number and accordingly I will guide you how many, what exactly amount is required. Because there are a lot of questions on details of your dosage form. It is implemented on dosage form basis. Is it beta lactam or non-beta lactam? Is it parenteral or non-parenteral? So it's depend. Okay, thank you.
Started with one word, পড়তে হয় নইলে পিছিয়ে পড়তে হয়. To answer your questions, I'll again reiterate one word. ইচ্ছে থাকলেই উপায় হয়. The will force is the major important parameters. Nowadays, angel investors are there, they are working. If you have an idea at JIS group also, sir was telling that we demonstrate projects. Basically is nurturing the students' idea. In JIS group, if an idea is found to be marketable, JIS group sponsors around 2 lakh rupees to make it into a marketable commodity. So yeah, we are having our own sponsored idea meter platform is there, and definitely after that the venture capital is required. Thank you for your question. Any more? Anyone?
One more question.
One last question. From the faculty members? Samrat?
Hello. So first of all, thank you very much for this wonderful program. I'm really privileged to attend this program. So my question to any senior panelist, anyone, that there is a problem in West Bengal that the students, they are mostly homesick in nature. But considering the pharma hubs, most of the pharma hubs are situated either in Sikkim or Bhatti, Daman. So tell us something which will motivate our students that they may start their career anywhere, but at least they need to move out from our state. Otherwise, they cannot grow. That is my understanding in my small career group, what I have seen. So please do motivate at least to our students that at least they should explore the Indian pharma market, which is very big. So this is my question. Or I request Provis to answer. Yeah.
Absolutely.
This is absolutely true that Bengalis have phobia to move out of Bengal. But I will tell you the both sides of it because I have seen Bengalis outside Bengal and have seen Bengalis when I came back to Bengal and within Bengal. So first thing is that I've seen a lot of Bengalis who have rejected higher promotions just because they were getting located somewhere else. As you know that a lot of positions exist in the head office of the organization of the company or in the pharma plant R&D, which is not there in Bengal. If there are most of the companies majority of the companies are outside Bengal, Gujarat, Maharashtra, South or Baddi and other places. So if you don't move out, you lose on the exposure. It's nothing. You should not look at it as if that it is a permanent kind of you are getting kalapani, you are getting out of Bengal and you never come back here. Think it as if it is a training session, training period. You can always decide on the period of time, maybe 2 years, 3 years, to get that exposure. And if you don't move out of Bengal, you do not get that exposure because as we were discussing, it is unfortunate that we are saying this that the infrastructure which is available within Bengal is not in comparison to what is there in the out of the country. I mean, particularly in the advanced states which are leading in this field, for example, Maharashtra, Gujarat. The way they are leading it and the kind of exposure you get when you get to those plants and work in that culture, you can carry a lot of things back, and it is not a permanent thing. And instead, if you decide that no, I don't go out because of the taste of food or love for the city, it's negative to the career. So one has to be career oriented. You have to sacrifice your career for the time for your preferences of living in the state or having a homegrown food or getting the taste of Calcutta for some time. And another part of it is I have also seen Bengalis. See, as rightly said, somebody said that in pharma industry there is a huge number of Bengalis and they are leading positions. They are in leading positions in most of the companies, and they are not in Bengal. They are in Bombay. They are in Gujarat. They are in South. They are in Bhatti. So those guys, once they went out, they didn't feel like coming back because they got so well accustomed to the culture, working culture, the atmosphere, and other things. They didn't feel like coming back because they saw that they have better opportunities to grow there. That also happens. It is a mindset. We have to overcome this. Initially, the best way to overcome this is to take it one step at a time. That means take it up as a 3-year program. Let me go out, gain exposure, gain knowledge, gain experience, and then maybe you can always look back to come back into your state and do something yourself, or to take up a higher position back into the state.
Thank you. Thank you. Indeed, it is a wonderful discussion. I believe that our students and students from other colleges has got lots of takeaway. Yeah, please.
Just a small thing, the Sun Pharma, the pioneer industry, Mr. Dilip Sangvi has started his business in Bengal. It's small. Now he is the #1 pharma industry in India. So do in small and you will get your goal. Thank you.
ইচ্ছে থাকলেই উপায় হয়। So dear students, I believe this session will come up with lots of takeaways. Our objective was to change a little bit of your mindset. We are confident rather that all the 200 people sitting over here will not change your mindset, but if the mindsets of a person, a part of this community changes, that is our objective, will be fulfilled. Thank you to Pharmacy Council of India. Thank you to all the honorable panelists for coming to JIS University. Here we ends. Over to you.
Thank you to all the esteemed panelists who have come over here, and our head of the department, Professor Jayanta Chaudhary, and Dean of Academics, for this elaborated panel discussion. We have enriched ourselves about the pharmacy education of India, and also we have got enriched by the information what industry is looking for from the students and what is the present scenario we are facing or we are going to face as a student. To draw the conclusion of the Pharma Anveshan 2025, sponsored by Farmers Council of India, I would like to call Professor Dilip Kumar Roy, Professor of Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, in terms of vote of thanks. So,
very nice discussion was going on, but we are completely out of time now, so I have to conclude. Good afternoon once again to everybody. It is my privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks at the conclusion of this prestigious event, Pharma Anveshan 2025, celebrating National Pharmacy Education Day at this JIS University. First and foremost, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to the Pharmacy Council of India for supporting this event and supporting our initiative in promoting entrepreneurship and startups in pharma and pharmacy practice. A special thanks to our esteemed Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dean Academics, Sir, Dean Pharmacy, Director, GNI PhD, HODs, and principals from various institutes for gracing this occasion with their presence and encouraging young minds towards innovation and excellence. I extend my deepest appreciation to our distinguished panelists whose insightful discussions and expertise have provided us with a valuable perspective on fostering innovation, incubation center, and pharmaceutical startups. Your contribution have truly enriched today's event. I would like to thank the Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, JIS University, JIS Institute of Pharmacy, Kalani, and Dr. Shubhi Chandra Sood Institute of Pharmaceutical Science and Technology for their dedication and effort in organizing this event successfully. A heartfelt thanks to all the students, faculty members, and participants who have actively engaged in this discussion and making this event memorable and meaningful. Last but not the least, a special acknowledgement to our organizing committee, technical staff, and volunteers who hard work behind the scenes has ensured the smooth execution of this event. Once again, I thank all for being a part of Pharma Nation 2025. Let's continue to work together to drive innovation, encourage startup, and advance pharmacy education. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. I would like to request our panelists to kindly come forward for the cake cutting and a group photo. Faculty members kindly join us on stage for a group photo.
ভালো করে ছবি তুলবি, মোটা লাগলে
পেছনে গেলাম হোয়াইট তো নিতে হবে পুরোটাকে হ্যাঁ তুমি বসো
I request the volunteers to hand over the cakes to the panelists. I request the volunteers to hand over the cake to the panelists. Participants are not requested. Participants are requested to stay back in the hall. All of you, please stay back in the hall. We are having at present we are having a competition in social awareness in preventive medicine. The poster has been hanged outside. Our panelists will judge the session, and obviously, after obviously having the cake of celebration.
Faculty members, hello. I request faculty members to accompany panelists, esteemed panelists for the lunch. Please accompany the esteemed panelists for lunch to room number 711.
From the back. The students who are having posters, can you please go near your poster? If you are here, the students who are going to present the poster, please go near your poster, respective poster. Aditya Chandra, when we go, Aditya Chandra, please come. You are required outside. Students for their posters, please go and stand near your poster for the evaluation.
The students who have registered will wait over here. You will take your certificate. After that, you will go outside to take your refreshment. Without taking your certificate, please do not leave the hall. After that, you will leave to take your refreshment.
Karina Vishwas. Karina Vishwas. Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Please come.
So all of you please take your bag and come. Take the certificate and leave. And if there is a refreshment going on, you can take your refreshment and leave.
প্রথমেই এই কেউ যাবি না
Rahul,
চলে যাবি না
Rahul Vishwas, are you there? Please raise your hand. Somshita Nath. Somshita Nath.
Excuse me.
দেখেছি
Neha Chhatra.
Neha Chhatra, please raise your hand. If you are there, please raise your hand, then we can understand. Okay, thank you. Pushpa Saha. Pushpa Saha, if you are there, raise your hand, please. Okay. Aishwarya Sarkar. Please raise your hand. Aishwarya Sarkar.
ঐশ্বর্য সরকার কে আছে ওইদিকে কি
Sauravi Das. If you are there, raise your hand, please. Okay. Suiti Ghosh.
সার্টিফিকেট গুলোর একটা করে ছবি আমরা দিব
Makeup Omi. Thank you. Makeup Omi, if you are there, raise your hand, please. Swarup Ghosh. Please do not leave as outside poster session is going on. Be on your seat. Be on your seat, please. Shami Ghosh. Raise your hand if you are there. Ankon Ghosh. Ankon Ghosh. हाथ तुलबे के लिए थामो. Ankon Ghosh. Orko Prabhu. Ajra. Orko Prabhu Ajra.
বাইরে
Anju Paul.
Aditi Sarkar. Aditi Sarkar.
বেছে বেছে এগুলো পাঠিয়ে
Don't go outside. Don't go outside. একটু বসে যাও আমরা বলছি বেরোনোর জন্য সায়ন্তন দাস Sayantan Das, please raise your hand. Swarnim. Monica Parvi.
Sayantan Bhattacharya.
Saurabh Banerjee. Abdul Dingal, Abdul Arman Mondol, Arman Mondol.
Das, Audika Bar, Sneha Kundu,
Sneha Kundu. Those who have collected your certificates, you can go outside and take the refreshment. যারা সার্টিফিকেট পেয়ে গেছো বাইরে যেতে পারো বাইরে